It all started last year when the political organ of the ruling NRM, the NRM caucus, unanimously voted Museveni as the party's sole candidate in February 2014 during a caucus meeting to reflect on the party's manifesto at the National Leadership Institute in Chankwanzi. The move was geared at checking on Mbabazi. Intelligence feelers had landed on information that Mbabazi was holding secret meetings with party delegates, informing them about his presidential bid in the 2016 presidential race. But in the public court of party members and well-wishers, Mbabazi kept on contradicting himself, saying that he could not contest against President Museveni if he still needed to be a president. But Makerere University Don Dr. Kakungulu Mayambala says this was a political strategy.
Is first of all going against the resolution, but it's also, to me, a firm appeal and view that he can still come up and contest despite the solo candidature. So any member still remains free to contest and see how it will play out within the structures that are meant to approve the candidate for the NRM flag bearer.
What does that mean to the double standards that I may wish to call them, saying that at first he would not contest against President Museveni? President Museveni still wish to continue.
It may appear like double standards, but you know, in politics there are issues of strategy and timing. Probably at the time he was saying that he was not going to stand, he wanted to wait for the right timing. And as you already aware, the primaries will be conducted a few months from now. So I think he wanted to use this timing to declare.
In his YouTube video message, Mbabazi critiques the system he built to the current strength. However, Dr. Mayambala finds it quite slippery for him to take that angle.
Him being able, one, to convince the people that he can cause change, that the problem is not the NRM, but it is the office bearers in the NRM. Because he for sure knows that at least a big percentage of the Ugandan population likes the NRM, but they may not be happy with a few issues here and there. So if he can convincingly bring about the concept of change within the party, the way the past has been playing out is that he's going to be labeled an opposition more. So he has to be very careful to cut his losses, either to be within the party, the NRM party, and fight within there and suffer the wrath like that which the opposition, the so-called rebel MPs have faced, or outrightly go and be an opposition candidate or join the opposition, in which case he would be arguing the same and singing the same music which the opposition has been singing. But all the same, still, for us as Ugandans, the Honorable Amama Mbabazi brings a new twist to the politics.
Part of what, let me say, the draconian laws that have been made in that parliament, more especially during his regime as the leader of government business, the prime minister.
Yes. Well, that again is a contradiction within politics, because you know, it's a contradiction, but you have also to trace its history. Because my understanding of the Honorable Mbabazi is that he initially thought, or should have thought, that the president was going to leave the seat for him to continue carrying the mantle of the NRM. Now, that has not happened. So all the things he was doing was hoping that he would be the flag bearer. Now, that has not happened. So he cannot undo his past. He has to just come and say or present himself as a victim, that he was working at the whims of... He can, and he's not the first in the thing.
Ever since he started making promises of announcing his presidential bid, many youth that rallied support behind him were arrested, persecuted, and subjected to all sorts of dehumanization by police.
It projects the police as if it's the police is doing state policing in terms of being partisan, allowing the youth who are in support of President Museveni to move around freely, and those who are against the police, I mean who are against the President Museveni being arrested, like those of the Honorable Amama Mbabazi. But all this comes back to one thing, that the police will always go after those who are seen to be threatening the political domain of the president. So it's not only the youth of Honorable Amama Mbabazi, they're just suffering the same wrath as the youth in the opposition have been facing.
When you look at Amama Mbabazi contesting against President Museveni,
yes.
What do you make of that race?
I'm sure right now the NRM has a choice as a party to see how to play off with this declaration by the Honorable Amama Mbabazi. They can decide to let him stand unhindered and project him as a tool of democracy, internal democracy within the party, that even when the party had endorsed the president as a solo candidature, an individual can decide to stand even against that position and compete freely. That's one. Two, they can decide to go rogue and harass him, and then that will project their party in negative light, because any member can come out. Although the dynamics are that if he's left to give a honorable treatment, a good treatment, then it may be an encouragement to people to go against such a project like so candidature in the future.
Did you think that Mbabazi getting back within the party structures to contest against President Museveni is a wastage of time?
When you say wastage of time, you know, in politics things can change so fast. Then the other is that his performance will in itself be a landmark. How many delegates are going to support him? What kind of votes is he going to get? What kind of exposure is he going to get? So that in itself, to me, is not a wastage. In any case, which options does he have? To go and stand to represent Kinkizi now for which term? Because he either goes back to the constituents and stands there in the constituents and maybe hope to become a Speaker of Parliament, or wait to be appointed by President Museveni, because he had already skyrocketed, he had already become Prime Minister and Secretary General of the party. So what is he left with? To become Speaker, to become Vice President or President? So I think he has reached a point of no return.
Sibasi, the Star Vision, Kampala.